Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob. Welcome to this week's Power Hour. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type in the number one to let me know that you can, I would greatly appreciate it. Afternoon, Kevin. Hey, Jeff. How you doing, sir? Roman, I'm glad you made it. Rick, good to see you. Everything's doing great, Kevin. Thank you. Hey, Robert. Morning, Kevin. All right. Hey, Darla. How you doing? All right, all right, all right, all right. Loud and clear. Thanks, Dwayne. I appreciate that. All right, Darla. Good to know. Good to know. Excellent. Well, hope you guys have had a great trading week last week. It was an amazing one, actually. But I digress. Huh. We got to focus on what's going on this week. So let's go ahead and jump right in, guys. Got a bunch of things I want to hit up today. So this upcoming 11th of April, which is on Thursday of this week, is our next Trading You Live monthly workshop. Guys, if you have not registered for Trading You, it is $49 a month for Trading You. We do 2 live trainings, well, 2 hours of live training a month. This month we're doing 2 one-hour trainings, so 2 separate days. They're all recorded for you there, and they're recorded forever. We don't take them down as long as you're a subscriber to it. So that I have a meeting tomorrow with a company that's working with me on Trading You, and it looks like we're going to be moving it to $97 a month from the $49 that it is right now. So if you have an interest in it, you definitely want to take advantage. You'll be locked in at whatever price you're at, as we always do. Mastering the Trade, for those of you that are in the Power Hour, Mastering the Trade, you'll automatically be registered for that. It is a free workshop included with any Power Hour subscription, which is the quarterly. Yeah, well, actually, with Power Hour, we only have the quarterly. So with the quarterly subscription, it is in there. Monster Market Movers on the 24th. So make sure you guys get to that. Let's see what we got here. And then Power Hour, of course, every Monday. Now, guys, coming up on April 16th, 8 p.m. at night, we've got a brand new workshop called Patterns for Success. Amelia is working right now with our web guy. I thought the form was done. My bad, my fault for not checking it sooner. But I thought the form was already done to get you guys registered now. We'll get it in the chat box as soon as we can. I know she's working with him as we speak on a couple different things. So patterns to success, guys. I've been talking about, a new instructor coming on, a phenomenal trader, someone that I've known well over a decade now, and he's got an amazing trading skills. Some of you might know who he is. Some of you do not. He's brand new to you. But his name is Tony Benson, for those of you that are unfamiliar with him. And I know there might be a handful of you out there that know. Certainly, we released it. If you were at Pop Live or you were on the streaming or at the Mastermind group, you saw it. Yeah, Rick says yay. Exactly, Rick. He's rocking and rolling. He's on board. Yes, Darlo, he is from Seattle, so you got the right guy. Tony is a master of patterns, of being able to recognize and see patterns and help you to recognize and see patterns. So I actually just looked over. He sent me over his PowerPoint of what he's going to use in that class. Guys, he's got some great patterns he's going to talk about in there. So patterns for success, exactly, Darlo. So you'll see it. You'll see it in the members area. Once we finalize it and get it going, you'll see a banner for it, right? That'll scroll through up in here with the rest of them, right? Don't have it up there yet. As I said, we're working on all that now. So you'll see it pop up on the calendar, and hopefully Amelia has a link for us that we can get that. Amelia, we also need to get Nick to put it on the calendar for the 16th, the event for the 16th at 8 p.m. So guys, we do have limited space in there. It's a 500-seat max that we're able to fit into that class. So I would suggest not only getting registered soon, I would also suggest showing up early. Give yourself enough time. Get in there at 7:30, which is about when we open it up, and you guys will be able to lock in your seat once you're in there. I don't think that was him, Robert. I just not sure. Darla said, nice. I liked his teaching style. Yeah, he's a good guy and good trader, which is real important, and does well with teaching people how to recognize the patterns. So, guys, check it out. It's a free class we're doing for it. We've only got 2 of them on the books right now, or 2 of them we're talking about doing. That's the first one. We'll let you know if what we're going to do for a second date. So if you can't make it there live, guys, there is going to be another one. We just don't know when yet. All right, so on Monday evenings, E-mini Think Tank, we're going back into tonight. Last week, I think we made $200. Amelia places every trade that I call out in that room in her simulator, which is on Ninja. She tracks every single thing we do. It was about $200 that we had pulled in, so that was fantastic. Of course, power option plays we do each and every Tuesday and Sunday. And guys, the on-demand workshops, I announced this yesterday. Actually, Amelia and I have not even had this conversation yet. Guys, there's a very good possibility that every one of these are going to be going away as on-demands. I will not know that until not this Tuesday, not tomorrow, probably 2 weeks from there. Once I know that answer for sure, I will let you know. I won't just cut it off on you. If you have lifetime on them, you'll have the lifetime on them. Don't worry about that. But if you don't, if you've looked at these, said, yeah, someday I want to get into Covered Call Explorer, I want to learn cryptos and whatever it is, I will let you know before it happens. Just as I let you know in emails this last week, that the new version of the Pro Scanner, the Trade Navigator Pro Scanner, were out, and excuse me, and that the prices were going up. And today it's just that, right? We went up from $4.95 to $6.95 is our special now, right? At $6.95 because it does go up to $9.95, and then there's a little bit of an increase if you want the upgrade. And a lot of you took advantage of it this week, which is great to see. Lisa's asking, why are we taking down the on-demands? They may become part of a different product, Lisa. So the on-demands would go away. At least these. Something we did new in the future might be different, but these would go away, or a good part of them might go away. But I won't know that, again, maybe tomorrow, but more than likely not until 3 weeks from now is when we'll have an exact answer on it. For no other reason than that, it's going to bundle into something else that we're using as a new product that we're bringing in through TradingView. All right, let's see. What else? Yeah, so Robert asked me, I'm going to use something on how to use the scans that we created. Yes, Robert, I'm not going to create a video series on it yet. I'm hopefully the end of this week, beginning of next week, I'll be working with the guy at Genesis to finalize or try to finalize the other scans that we're trying to do. And what I want to do is just run down in a video one after the other, after the other, after the other. So now we have a new video pops in, or a new scan pops in the middle. I don't want to have to go back later and make another separate video on that. So I'm just waiting for them to give me a date and time of when we're going to sit together and talk. And then from there, we're going to build out an entire video series on how to use each of the scans, the criteria, the templates, all of that. So yes, absolutely we are. All right, so we've got Tony and his upcoming workshops. I already talked about Trade Navigator. Guys, the Power Option Plays video, which we're calling Power Options Plays Masterclass. That masterclass video series, let's see, Amelia, if you have a link for it, you can drop it in there now. That would be great. If not, we'll have it by the end of the class. But that series is up and available now, guys. Same scenario. This is an early bird special. It's lifetime access to it only. There is no shorter term. I don't think you can do justice with it for watching it, for 30 days. I really think if you want to dig in and you really want to get all the details behind it, you really need to have it for a lifetime. So that's the way we set that up, is lifetime access to it. Once that comes out at lifetime access, it will be $6.95. Those of you that are in Power Options Plays, I think you might have already received an email today. If not, you will receive it today with your discount code into it as well. But here, guys, we're going to offer it for those of you that are not in POP. It's $6.95. If you have an interest in getting in Power Options Plays and getting the video series, send an email to support, and Amelia will help you with that because there will be an additional discount for you if you are a POP member. I'm a very big fan of rewarding action, right? So those that are in POP will get the biggest discount of all, right? So with that, all right. So it looks like Amelia's emailing everybody a registration link into Tony's class on the 16th. Fantastic. All right, so guys, here's the follow us page. There are a lot of you that I have never seen your names here before, so welcome, 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 guys. And we're maxing this sucker out every single week now. We're pushing the envelope with how many people we're able to fit inside of here. So welcome to those of you that are brand new. Here's the follow us page, guys. I said this on Power Hour, Power Options Plays yesterday, that Sean and I sat down last week and we laid out the beginnings of a strategy, a system for what we're going to use each of the various social media platforms for. We've laid out which ones are going to become the most important ones, our primary ones to us. And I will tell you right now that YouTube and Instagram will be the two biggest platforms that we focus on. Facebook will still be important. Twitter will still be important, but you will see more. I shouldn't say that. It's going to be our two biggest platforms that we focus on. A lot of video stuff getting ready to come out, guys. We're talking about locking ourselves in a room for 3 full days and doing nothing but recordings of videos for 3 straight days. Live videos coming out. We're going to do some live Facebook stuff, some live YouTube stuff, all that great stuff taking place and happening. But here are the follow us on there. If you already follow us on Instagram, you don't have to worry. It's already changed. If you don't, we've changed it to Wealth Builders with an S. Before it was Wealth Builder. Why? Because they didn't allow that many characters in there before. Now they do, so we changed it over to Wealth Builders at this point. All right, so guys, let's go ahead and take a look-see at what's going on. Let's see. Rick said Boeing is a big drop today. Otherwise, it might have been bullish from the crossovers. You know, and it's funny. Well, Rick, you talking about the crossovers? You talking about on the S&P crossovers? Or you talking about on what are you talking about for crossovers? On the S&P or on? Okay, on Boeing. Well, and Boeing. When I was watching CNBC first thing this morning as the bell rang, my TV is behind me, right? Sits behind me in my office, and they said that if it wasn't for Boeing, Boeing was the only thing really dragging the market down. That the whole market dragged down was Boeing on the Dow. The whole market on the Dow was Boeing. So Rick said on it was on Boeing, not on the S&P that he was referring to. Yep. So if we kind of zoom in there a little bit, the 8 kind of kicked back down today, back through that 55. Right. So we were definitely on a move. We had gotten above the moving averages. We were not in a true bull, but we were in somewhat of a bullish pattern. And then that gap down today, right? We're starting to see some earnings candidates pop up. So guys, keep that in mind. Alcoa, AA is the ticker symbol, right? I meant ticker symbol. The ticker symbol, not tickle. Ticker symbol is AA, not BA. They're the unofficial start of earnings season, right? So they have, and we've got to check them on another website, but to confirm. But they are the 17th. Is when their earnings are scheduled. So right now we are in the early stages of earnings. So be prepared for it. Leslie, I'm not sure what percentage Boeing is in the Dow. If anybody knows what that number is, if you guys get a chance to check it, you can look at it, the ETFs on the diamonds and see. But if someone can tell me what that would be, so I'm not spending the time digging it up, that would be great. And I don't think it's a tremendous part of it. It's not like they're an Apple or something like that, in the NASDAQ, but they're a big conglomerate, big high price stock. So they definitely have some stuff going on. But guys, start keeping your eyes open for earnings candidates. Realistically, we had this conversation in New York when we did our mastermind group, and we were doing some, one of the live event we taught was called Covered Assets. Right, covered assets. And in that covered assets workshop, we were talking about earnings. And the question came up, how do you handle earnings? And I went through the scenario. We probably spent 20, 30 minutes just on how we handle earnings. And then the question came up of, do you trust what's out there on these free websites? And it was Tripp actually had said for himself, whenever he looks into something like that, if he's ready to place a trade, he's going right to the company's website, to the investors relations section, and seeing what they post up there. Because what you're relying on, first off, is that Alcoa or whoever it is actually disseminates the information out to the public. And then from there, these companies that push it out to brokers and Yahoo and all of that, that they actually updated as well. So if you truly want to be perfect, exact, then you want to watch what's going on there with that. Wow, I did not realize that, Rick. So Leslie, Rick said it is the biggest in the Dow, 10.6%. Really? 10.06%. Thanks, Robert. Robert came up with the same number, 10.06. Wow. Holy mackerel. I didn't realize they were that big in it. So, but they drove the entire Dow down today. And if we look right now, the Dow is down 144, a Fibonacci number. The NASDAQ is down 15, and the S&P is down just about 7 points. Yeah, Rick, you've got Index ARB. There's so many places you can go for them. Exactly. But I appreciate you guys all checking it for me and giving me that answer, so I'm not stopping to try to dig that stuff out. So if we take a look from a big picture standpoint at the S&P, right, and I updated – let's see, what does it show? Well, we've got 4.8, doesn't really show me when. Oh, 11:42. So I updated right at 12 o'clock as we got started here. I'm going to do one more hit to the update without the intraday bars, of course. And when we look at S&P, you can see we're kind of bumping our head on ugly at 28.89 right now. We're hitting our head on that over and over and over and over again. So we came up there, this was on Wednesday, right? Then on Friday we pushed through, and today we're back. Now Friday we had a big move to the upside, so certainly not unexpected to see some resistance there, some slowdown, some hesitation. But the S&P is not affected anywhere near as much as it could have been. And again, that was just because it's so heavily related to Boeing. But we are not near anything that is bullish right now, meaning we're not in a position of take a trade. There's a lot of stuff happening. You have support is down here at the 8, which is 28.68. So we're about 88, about 20 points away on the on a support level. We're sitting right at a resistance with another one right above our head at 2,900. So there's all kinds of stuff happening, all kinds of things going on there as far as the concerns of, do we take a trade, not take a trade, and of course the pullback, right? If you look at things like the VIX is doing awesome, right? Down a little bit today, but you could see, I mean, we're pressing back down into this 1120 area, and it may not mean anything without me backing it up, but we're pressing down into this 1120 area, right? And then you talk low volatility, guys, as we were back here, we're at 9 and jingle, right about $9 on the VIX. Super, super low. But even now at 1339, nothing to be fearful of, concerned of. Lower highs, lower lows, liking all of it. Very much so. Robert said, number 2 is United Health Group at 6.39% on the Dow. Yeah, so it's a good reference point. It's a good reference point then, Robert, of how big they are compared to the next group. Leslie said 10.6 could mean that if Boeing fixes their issues with their 737 and their stock goes up, the Dow could move up. Yep, absolutely, Leslie. And that's just it. And they were. I mean, I don't know good or bad, but they were talking about on one of the news channels, and I didn't catch all of it. I was just flipping through because I'm not a news person. I was flipping channels, and I heard them talking Boeing, and they were talking about, the pilots from these other countries and not really understanding how to fly the plane and disengaging this and re-engaging that. And maybe they weren't taught properly, or they don't remember what they were taught, and they were almost trying to put some of the blame on the pilots versus a Boeing. So, Boeing moving back up was definitely helping the markets, right? And expected even to see that. And the funny thing is we got the move down, we got to the 50, we got the curl back up, and we went up to that 50. We went one, not quite 2 lines, because that 400 level on Boeing really doesn't count. Not quite, unless we need a fibit in here. Let's see, 87 to oh 07, which would be 20 points. Now we're pretty close. So we really don't need a fibit there. But I was looking at where we're going to get an upside down H, make it up to the 236 and see the hesitation up there. But overall, definitely a smackdown yet again today. So good or bad, Leslie, you're right. If Boeing does recover and the rest of the market continues to do what it is doing, then yep, we'll definitely see the Dow push back up, and we'll look at those all-time highs again on the Dow, on the S&P, on all of it. Because it's definitely, the Boeing is definitely holding back things like S&P and NASDAQ. It doesn't matter. The overall market gets affected by it because other stocks, other investors who are not traders that don't realize how so much of the influence or impact came from a stock, there's sell-offs taking place, things like that, that really shouldn't be happening at this point. If we look, granted, good move on Friday, right? But if we look at the pop list in here, right? And we sort by the net change, right? You can see lots of red today. The biggest mover up is Booking and then CMG, which isn't unheard of, but so many other major stocks, are down. So Netflix, as an example, all right, so we had them down as a day trade because they have their earnings coming out, right? But let's see, who else? Who's after Netflix? Googly. Well, Google's down, but how big of a down is it if Google is only down $5, right? It's not that powerful of a move for a Google if they're only down $5. Point being this: there are still going to be the sympathy, the movement in sympathy, such as these companies saying, okay, Boeing is down, the market's down. Maybe it's because of Boeing, people not realizing it, sell-offs taking place along the way. Robert said, Boeing is dragging the Dow down. It's the crab scenario. You got it. If someone is doing better, drag them back down into the barrel. And if you guys don't know what Robert meant by the crab scenario, go watch a video of a bucket of crabs. And one gets really close to the top, and the others reach up and grab him and pull him back in. It's like, nope, you're not getting away if we're not getting away. It's like, just keep everybody down at the same level. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But all right. Kind of what some politicians want to do right now is keep us all down at that low level. So let's go back to S&P for a moment. Let's see. Right, so Tripp said earnings. Banks report on Friday and Monday, according to earnings. Alcoa next Wednesday. Yeah, and we had, guys, we've got what? I mean, you've got Fed coming out this Wednesday. I mean, we sent reports out this morning in the Trade Watch alerts. Goodness, could not get the words out, right? U.S. index futures are down this morning. Economic news is light. S&P bias, right? So we've got all kinds of stuff happening out there, guys. I'm just checking something that came in here. I want to go check one of my trades in a second. All right. Let's see. But, all kinds of stuff happening out there, guys, that are moving the market. And if you don't know, so I use, just bring it up. I use Forex Factory for good or bad, right or wrong, like them, dislike them, whatever it is. Okay. I use Forex Factory. So when you look at today, it's all yellow, right? Light news. Wall Street Journal article about lowered expectations affecting the overall market, Tripp said. So So 417 according to Alcoa's website. So what did we have Alcoa down as here? Let's see. Yep, 17th. 17th. So we're good. Right in the same place. Right? So you've got FOMC on Tuesday. Right? Now it's one of the members speaking, not the Fed chair on Tuesday. Right? I mean, you got Italian industrial production as well as French industrial production coming up. FOMC minutes right here on Wednesday, right? 2 p.m. Okay. Got to be cognizant of that, guys. You got to be paying attention to it. You got to know these things are coming out, right? If you're not watching something like this, don't worry. In Trade Watch Alerts, we send this stuff out all the time to remind you about it, right? But you definitely want to make sure you know that these things are happening, right? Okay. So today, not a whole lot. Even tonight, as we get into tonight's trading, we have nothing tonight to be concerned with at all in the evening in E-mini Think Tank. So Robert said, on April 9th, why isn't the Italian retail sales higher? Don't they realize how important the Italians are? Robert, I understand, but, guys, on the other side of it, the Italian, what was it? Italian retail sales, right? Where was it? Here we go. It was industrial reports, right? Industrial reports. Robert's talking about Italian, right? Can't discount the French, Robert. I'm French too, French Canadian, right? So French side. But yeah, I don't know. They have no real importance. Guys, you got a lot of red coming up on Wednesday. High impact reports on Wednesday, right? So make sure you are in the know. IRS, is that an ETF? Yeah. I'm sure I can come up with an interesting acronym for IRS if I spend a little bit of time doing it. All right. So, boy, we got just packed house today. So, guys, those of you that were in the Pop Live class, the new tracking sheet that we came out with, those of you that are in Pop that don't have a clue what I'm talking about, we'll introduce it in the next Mastering the Trade, which we have coming up on the 17th. We'll introduce it there. I'm working on it this morning, liking a lot the way it looks. I'm going to do a video along with it. I think this is going to help a lot of people with overcoming how to set their stops and their targets. I know they are. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Robert. Really stupid, but what can we make it stand for, right? Oh, I really stupid. Oh, never mind. I got it. Robert said I really stupid for IRS. Yeah. Bum. All right, so guys, S&P right now, bullish bias on it right now at this point. Let's bring it back up one more time. We have bullish bias on it right now, hitting our resistance there. Not surprising, that 2890 to 2900 level. And then, of course, the all-time high at 2939.86, just above that, right? So, but overall, bullish. I like to move up and the stair step. Move up, stair step. Move up, stair step, move up. I'm okay with the stair step here. I would have liked it to have broached through 29 or breached 29. Would have been nice, and then pulled back. But I'm okay. Even if it doesn't make it that far at this point, I'm still good with it. Overall, I do like where the market is going right now. We'll see with economic slowdowns, right now, with some of the economic reports. I think this earnings season is going to be a telltale, right? And that's where some of the concern is coming in. If we're talking slowdown and we're at an earnings season now, the fears are going to start hearing it in this season, right? So definitely something to be cognizant of. Robert said, yep, like it too. Baby steps. Exactly, Robert. It's just, we're not powering up. We're taking small steps and we get a little bit of a pullback. And the pullbacks are great because every pullback gives you an opportunity to place another trade. I mean, guys, every one of these pullbacks, if you're in a particular stock, so there are two major companies that we invest money in, right? kind of the long-term buy and hold type stuff that we do. And every time we get this move up, we start getting away from the moving averages and you get this pullback and you get that rollout. Look at what a great opportunity to re-enter the trade to add to your position. We make the move up. When we broke a couple of moving averages here, we came back above, right? And we enter the trade. Came back down again. We got above you, enter the trade. You add to your position. Those of you that are sitting on mutual funds and you just keep throwing your money at the broker and say, okay, just buy me more mutual funds. Guys, I don't want to say that anybody is making a mistake with what they do, because if you don't know anything different, how can you possibly be making a mistake? In other words, that's all you've ever been trained. You know, I had lunch last week I took my mom. I had to get some stuff done with her, so got that done at the bank. Took her to lunch. Met my cousin and her daughter for lunch. Her daughter is 17. And my cousin said, ask Robert, he'll tell you. And then the next thing I know, for the next 30 minutes, we're having conversations. And me explain to her what IRAs are, what she should do, how she should invest, the types of positions she should be in. I read a little bit about mutual funds. I said, yep, no, don't do mutual funds. Really? I said, nope, do this instead. And went into the various positions that she could buy. And she goes, so very appreciative of it. But brokers are going to stick you in vehicles that make them the most money. The vehicles I invest in, like the ETFs, don't make a broker a lot of money. They get paid a commission. That's it. And it's not all theirs. If you paid $5 in commission, most of it goes to the broker. The firm, not the individual broker. So Darlo's saying, why are so many people saying there's going to be a recession and so many saying that it's going to be a big bull run? You know, Darlo, someone's got to be right. Someone's got to be right. Is what it comes down to. If history predicts itself, and you looked at the average in the last 100 years, 8 to 10 years is our average run to the upside. We've already surpassed that now as far as a bull move. We need a pullback. You cannot just continue to go up and up and up and up. We're going to need some kind of pullback, some kind of smack to get us back in. You know, companies are overextended. There are companies that are way overvalued in price right now. If you look at fundamentals, of some of these companies out there, they're whack as far as some of the major stocks out there having very high PE ratios and such. The recession helps bring them back into a proper price point than where they are now. Right, Robert, brokers make you broker. So I had a different number there, Rick. Let me see. High 2939.86. What date did you have? Oh, you had 921. There you go, Rick. 2940. You're right. 2940.91. So let's change that number over. Good catch. 2940.91 is the all-time high. Good catch, Rick. I was going off of the fib, not realizing that one was just a couple of pennies higher. Excellent. Thank you for that. Let's see. So, Darlo, you know, people are of different opinions. I am the one, I mean, I've got the video out called Trading the Upcoming Storm. I don't believe we're going to continue to run forever. I think the latter part of this year to mid next year is when we see the pullback. Now, am I guaranteed to be right? Of course not. Absolutely not. Right? The problem is it's not based on us. It's going to be based on another country more than likely, and that other country will be China. Right now, well, let me ask you guys this. The most recent data out shows from China, now it's from China, shows that China's economy is getting better. Now, the Chinese government is the one that put the data out. You guys tell me, one for yes, two for no. How many of you believe what the Chinese government is saying? One for yes, two for no. There you go, Robert. Robert, I think your 2 key is stuck. Okay. Currency manipulation. There you go. Robert said, nope, my key wasn't stuck. I did it. China's also propping up the economy. Exactly, Darlo. China's propping up the economy. So what if their numbers are a lie, which is expected by so many economists that it is, that you can't trust? Then the whole bottom falls out. Yeah, oh, Judy. Oh my goodness. Um, maybe. Let's see. Let me just go back and catch the questions, guys, because once I ask a question, everything disappears of what you guys typed in. Wall Street Journal article about lower. Oh, we did that. Okay. Robertson, April 9th. Why isn't the? Okay, no, we got that one. All right. So I think we got all the questions there. Let's see. Maybe not. Tripp said another article this morning in the journal about the increase in ETF holdings and mutual funds flattening. Yeah, no kidding, because you got the average mutual fund is 6.5% in fees, which you're not going to find that written anywhere in your mutual fund statement. You got to dig into that mutual fund to figure out what they're allowed to charge you for, like the B12 fees, right? Which with the turnover ratio, which is almost 1% a year. They don't have to tell you about those things. They put them in the prospectus, but they don't give you a dollar amount of what it is. So when you see, oh, my mutual fund has a low fee, it's only 1.2%. Yeah, but the average mutual fund is 6.5% a year. 6.5%, where the average ETF is 0.5%. So it makes sense for people to back away from that. No, Robert, Judy wasn't talking about you. Judy's comment was, isn't it the Chinese that built the ghost cities too, so they could prop up the economy? So, Robert, you probably need to step off and apologize to Judy now after that comment. All right? I mean, I think it's time to chill, brother. All right? Judy, do you agree? All right. Yeah. So, Judy thinks she might be a little paranoid, Robert. Okay. Oh, my goodness gracious. So, oh, guys. So, Judy and Robert know each other extremely well. For some of you, like, Rob, why are you promoting this? Uh, um, all right. So, guys, let's look at what's going on today, right? If you look at Netflix, overall, we had a nice bullish move on Netflix. Today, definitely on a bearish mode, right? One of the biggest, let's do it again. Let's see. From movers down, was one of the bigger at the time. Amazon, right? Great bullish move up. Amazon's been all over the place, completely whacked out, right? You can see on gaps, just phenomenal on the move back up into the gap, right? For sure. Let's see who else. You've got Googly, right? Overall bullish move sitting at a support level, and it broke right through, came back up, right? And failed again. Right? Good here, kitty kitty. Who else? Netflix was the next one. We looked at Netflix already. Tesla, I had them down as a bearish candidate already. Oh, where did they get to? Let's see. Okay. Very nice. Robert apologized, Judy. Okay. Baba seems stronger, Deborah said. Yep. I don't know what I got Baba down on my tracking sheet for. We've got an order in to buy Baba now, so we'll see if we're filled based on a condition. All right. Who else? Guys, have you seen AutoZone lately? There's no in TradeStation. There is no need for an S. Okay. So AutoZone has been on an absolute tear, over $1,000 in stock price, which is why it's one of the companies that made it into our list today. Right? Great mover. Tougher on the options sometimes. Sometimes the options are really hard to get good options on them in there. Right? So just word of caution when it comes to it. Just kind of, let me just move that out of the way. Just kind of be careful on the options component of it before you place that trade. Make sure you check an open interest. Wait, AZO. Oh, wait, I moved it on the other page. All right, never mind. Judy said I've been at Home Depot a while, just chugging along. Yeah, we've got Home Depot in our list in our just take this off this page. We've got Home Depot in our list of Pop is one of the candidates that we trade. So absolutely, I'm a big advocate of Home Depot. And the funny thing is, I remember Home Depot from way back when. Let's put that back over there. As I said, I just need to check some positions I am in. I remember Home Depot from way back when I had an investment company, investment club, and that was one of our holdings, and we did phenomenal on Home Depot for years. Yeah, Judy said I spent enough money at Home Depot. Me too. Me too. Although the last couple of days, it's been other places that I have done that with. Yeah, so Amelia said she's a big fan of spreads on AutoZone, doing credit spreads where you're not as worried about open interest. And in the last couple of days, I have bought major tools, all online, all tax free. Nice ascending triangle on CHTR plus a zero line break opportunity. Yep, which is why it made it on our list today. There's definitely trade setups on there. All right, guys, a couple of you put in some candidates to look at. Let's see. Roman was the first one for PANW. Let's do that. PANW, we had down as a day trade, Roman. It's just that. Now, I'm not a fan. I mean, you guys know in Pop, I'm not a fan of trading in between moving averages for day trades. So I would be very cautious on it. I would use that 232 half, 239 as support resistance, and I would not, if it trades outside of that range, unless it's in your direction, excuse me, I would not be in that trade any longer, Roman. So just be careful on it, since it doesn't fit a lot of the parameters of what we look for. So Alibaba, that was Deborah had asked on Alibaba. Let's go to F5. Earnings are far enough away. We're good. Alibaba, just a great move. 2 days, boom, boom, right up to its next resistance level. So I'd like to see the pullback to the 183 first. If you're the breakout trader, you're looking at 194 as your next resistance. PayPal. And I know you put down the 5-minute chart, but let's go look at the big picture first. So they have earnings coming out in less time than I would be willing to take a directional trade. But, again, you look from December, guys, this is it. I mean, if you were intelligent enough, you knew enough to start taking positions on as the market recovered with the very late to the party Santa Claus rally that happened in the end of December, the last week of December, we've had phenomenal growth in stocks, $74, $75, call it up to 100, right? So it's had a 33% increase in just a couple of months on PayPal. Deborah was saying on the 5-minute chart, yeah, so it had a good gain right out of the box, and then it's just gone sideways. Just nothing that interests me at all on it right now for the intraday. But the daily is a great stock. I think this one made it to our covered call Explorer this week too. Pretty sure. For one of our spread setups that we do in there. All right, Tripp's asking for MU. Oh, let me pull that back over. So Micron's in a great place, Trip. You just got to watch. Do we have enough room up to the $43? Yeah, we don't. You only got a buck up to resistance. And we've been there and gapped down. Day trade, trying to pick up a buck, awesome. I love everything about it. All right, so it's Boeing, NVIDIA. So we have an open trade on NVIDIA. Let me do this. Give me a second, guys. Let me open up. I just don't know what screen things open up on. All right. I'll share my screen again. So your screen went blank. It's supposed to have. Let's see. Let me sort this. Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm not giving away the store here. And what I mean by that is in pop, right? So I'll leave it right there. Excuse me. So on NVIDIA, we've already taken our first exit. We're up $1,326. We got out at 187, right? So overall, let me just make it easy. Just do a full screen. Overall, not too bad, right? So we've got 2 of our 4 contracts have sold off. We're not doing as well this year as we did last year. We're only up 255,000 this year. At this time last year, we were probably close to $500,000. No, probably close to 400,000 by now. So NVIDIA, Trip, I love it. Look at the relationship of the moving average to the 618. So 185.5 to 189 to 188, a little bit far away for taking a trade. You could consider the 5, and that $200 level is definitely the resistance. My stop would be somewhere down below the ADMA. And then IBM. Same thing, Trip. Look at where we're pinned, right? We're pinned between the fib line. Let's get everything out of the way. Between the fib line, which is that 145 level, 144.58 level, and the moving average, which is 142.5. So 142.5 and 144.5. We've been in there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days or so, 6 days if you count that big move up. So it's been kind of tough in there. So I'd be cautious on IBM, and earnings are coming up on quote and trade nav on the 16th. Again, you want to check them, but on the 16th. Let's see, Home Depot. Yeah, I'm not the person that says, do you know how much money I spend in your store a year? But in Home Depot, I have no problem saying that. Do you have any idea what I spend here in a year? My Home Depot spend last year gained me 15,000 MQM miles on Delta. That's how deep our Home Depot spend was last year. So we look at Home Depot. It's had a great run, right? Again, from that December move up from 160 to $200. So 160 to plus 40 to $40 gain, 25% increase, right? So it's been a great increase since December yet again. Karen said, do I think it's losing a bit of steam? I mean, right now, the move is still phenomenal. Let's go ahead and look at volume. Can't really count today. We had big volume here and here, which may skew the volume bar a little bit. We're seeing volume drop off a little, but nothing that is dramatic that we're seeing these tiny bars take place in there. Again, we go back 21 days, so we're taking into account that day right there is still in our numbers. It's simple moving average, so it's equalized. And you can't worry about today because that last bar, that last day, we're still open. But with that being said, I'm not interested in taking the breakout. I'm interested in a pullback. If we can get a pullback to that 197 level, right, and that's about where our moving average will be at that point, we get a bounce off of there. Now I'm a lot more interested in this. Right. Good point, Leslie. It's spring, lots of planting and replacing of winter damage. Yep. I mean, my wife and I, we do this every year. I sit down, and I'm the one that brings it up, and I say, what do you want to do on the house this year? I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. We got some damage to our lights outside, our porch light in the back, porch lights that are on the wall. They used to point straight up in the air. Now they point straight down because of the way the wind blew them. So they have to both be replaced. We're going to put new lights on the floods on the outside of the house. All of them are going to be camera based. So I agree. You know, we're looking to buy new furniture for the backyard. You know, my wife wants one of these big patio things with the cover, and we're going to put down a paver deck and some of the soil in the back and all of that great stuff. Right? Where do you get it? A local Home Depot. So they had their Black Friday spring sale that started last week. Yep. So definitely, guys. So the bigger question here is seasonal. Keep that in mind, seasonal. Yeah, Robert, except Robert said bigger garden. I don't buy anything for my growing garden there. Sorry, guys. You should not be buying Miracle Grow. Okay? And we could debate this another time, but don't buy Miracle Grow. Right? Don't buy that stuff. It's not good. Oh, it grows bigger plants. Yeah, no kidding. Freaking Asian orange or something in there. Who knows? Right? Just be careful of that type of stuff. Let's see. Home Depot. Let's see. CHTR. Right? So definitely have increases going on in there, Rick, right? Higher tops, bottoms maintained at that 336. We're actually starting to get maybe even a trend going on in there now inside of here. Right? The ascending triangle comes in place. Well, actually, you're really not seeing that, but definitely on that trend. Definitely that move on that trend. Okay, that's what you're referring to as a channel. Got it, Rick. So PK, what do you mean? What should we buy instead of it? What did you refer to as it? Were you talking about Home Depot? Oh, you mean Miracle Grow? Go to a real garden store and get something organic. Go to a real garden store and get something organic. Make yourself something called worm tea, TEA, worm tea. Go look it up. Worm tea, best stuff you could ever use. Put things down in your garden like rock dust. There you go. Judy said, my horse's manure, full of nitrogen. As long if you're feeding the horse organic, as long as you're not spraying your grass with Roundup type stuff, right? Chemicals, then yeah, it's awesome. Let's see. Keep going. AMT, Robert's asking for. All right, so Robert, I like AMT. Earnings coming up in a little bit. Dividend, what are they paying out? 90 cents. Decent dividend. What was that last one? 84 and 7. So they're increasing their dividend, which is very nice. They've been kind of flat. You can do a box of neutrality for the last 4 or 5 days on it. Today, I wouldn't worry about today. It's a doji day, but the market's not really doing much. We still got that 197 right above our heads. If we do break it, we're at 200. So we've got some room to go, but is this one you've had for a while, correct, Robert? Yeah, okay. I mean, it isn't something I would pull away from at this point. But moving averages are still good. You know, you may want to protect it, of course, come earnings time. But yeah, no. Let's see who's asking about Congress in there. Lisa, no idea, Lisa. I just searched until I found websites. There's still stuff I buy on Amazon all the time that I don't pay tax on. All the time. I don't know what Congress passed or didn't pass. I know it's one of the retailers told me it was very state specific is what they did for them. So I don't know good or bad. I can tell you that when you buy a $1,600 drill press and you could save the tax, you do it. No tax, free shipping. You can't have my business. Yeah, search around. I search for stuff all the time. I never, ever, ever. Even Amazon. I bought something from them not long ago, and the first one, which is a sponsored post, whoever is you're paying it for, they were the cheaper one. They were the same price. There were others at the same price, but they show you one person selling it. They were taxable. I went down 3 more people below them, and there was no tax. It's just where it came from. And it's Amazon doing it. So I'm not going to fight them. I'm not calling Amazon and say I need to pay you tax. So Deborah said, Rob, curious, why wouldn't you take a directional pre-earnings trade for a week? I don't, because Deborah, we don't hold it. That yellow bar you see, if earnings was within that yellow bar on Trade Navigator, we do not take a directional trade. Most of my directional trades are not meant to be a week. They're meant to be, I could be in them as long as a month. So I don't want to take anything that short. This is a protection model. It also prevents wider spreads happening on a stock that you may not be familiar with how their spreads normally are. B, overvalued of options that you also may not be familiar with how the value of the option normally is. And C, how the market maker may or may not negotiate with you on the way out if there are bigger spreads or if the spreads do continue to increase as you get closer to the earnings date. So based on that, we take day trades in that time period, but we don't take anything that we hold overnight. One of the best feature about weekly options is how short a period of time there is till expiration. The most dangerous and worst feature about weekly options is how short a period of time there is until expiration. If you're right, man, it's a home run. If you're wrong, off with your head. Let's see, just trying to catch up. Never said Amazon. Yeah, I mean, great mover company. 1856 is what we're looking at as our next resistance. Again, moving average a little bit far away from me, but if you're diligent on your trade and you're willing to take the risk on the downside, I am not opposed to, if we close near that zero line, that 1823.75 level, and got a bounce, I'd be okay taking a bullish trade on it. I would just be, cautious with my stops. So Judy, I actually get horse manure from a local, I get it already processed, right? It's already dried from a local farm here. They get too much of it and they sell it. I pay $30 for a yard. I got to go pick it up. So I bring my trailer. Yeah. Oh, Judy says she sells her too. So guys, if you want some good manure, contact Judy. Let's see. No pests. Good. How about, okay, I got that. Yeah, Marcus, it might have to do with the distribution center on Amazon. Don't really know why it's happening. Don't start off with your head is right, especially if you're having the wrong mindset and thinking it'll go your way and you hold on longer than you should, Darlo. Exactly. Yeah, and I'm okay with, I'm not saying don't buy from Home Depot, Diane, okay? What I am saying is this: if you are going to buy there, I bought 2 bags of soil there, of potting soil there, and even though we put it in regular flowers that we don't eat, I still buy organic. I don't buy anything that's not, as long as it's not Miracle Grow. I just don't trust them. I don't trust anything that company does. That's me. You do what you want. That's me. I'm not putting the little blue stuff in my plants in the house, and my dog licks it. And let's see. Robert said, also, Judy mentioned me today that next week's options expire on Thursday, April 18th, not on Friday for the monthly. What is, oh, we've got Good Friday next week. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Amelia. So let's do this for a second. Let's go ahead and let's bring up my option station, which I closed down earlier. Oh, PK, you would need someone in your state to get it. It's way too expensive to ship. I ship things like rock dust. My rock dust you can't get in New York, so I'll buy that. So April 18th is expiration date, right? 18th of April 2019. right? The one that's open. So that is Thursday of next week because of Good Friday being a holiday. Okay. So what do we got here? Amelia dropped a couple of different links in, guys. Let's see. So the patterns to success. Right, there we go. So here's patterns to success, guys. What happens when you look at a chart of the market, right? So register for patterns to success right here, right? I'm just going to pop it open in a different window, right? Just like you would power option plays, first, last, email, right? Agree. Amelia, Nick needs to get the date and time on there. So guys, I will tell you it is the 16th at 8 p.m. So if you could ask Nick to add that in there, Amelia, that would be great. All right. So a lot of this stuff is just happening now, guys, where Nick is just a little bit behind on getting that out to us. All right, so make sure you get yourself registered for the free class. Guys, if I'm going to tell you right now, you'll see a page come out on it probably next week. All right. But the Power Options Plays Masterclass was the live on location workshop we did that we recorded it. Right. We've got it listed at $695. Guys, if you're in Power Option Plays, there will be a coupon code. You will receive an email with that you will enter right here. Right now it is $695. You will see that it will list at $12.95, and we'll be offering it at $9.95 as a special online price. And then $6.95 will be the early bird on it. So if you guys are interested, and then make sure you check out the Trade Nav if you haven't already. But things have definitely changed. Right, you can see the price right there has gone to $6.95. So those of you that took advantage of it this week, and I had that conversation with my wife because I get an email of every charge that goes through, and I said I cannot believe how many people are picking up Trade Navigator last minute now as we've got the new program out and running. So it's there, guys. If you haven't picked it up, $6.95 is a new price. If you still want to do the upgrade, it's there as well. It just went up to $2.95, I think. $2.95, $2.99, I think, something like that. So do not miss out on Patterns to Success. Register for it. It is coming up on the 16th, which is a Tuesday. It is 8 p.m. at night, Eastern time, right? Tony will be the one teaching it. I am super stoked to be there for that. So, guys, I kept you a couple of minutes longer. I'm going to leave the room open for a few extra minutes so you guys can grab those links in the chat box. We'll make sure to send them out to you in an email as well. But go ahead and get yourself registered for this, because if it comes up the way that I think it will, we may have to shut it down depending on the number of registrants we get in there. We're kind of taking on the model of the airlines now if we don't want to overbook, right? Because we've had it where people get angry with us because they can't get in. So get yourself registered sooner rather than later. And with that, you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless. Many of you I'll be seeing all throughout the week at different stuff that we're doing, right? Trading You and E-mini and Pop and all that great stuff. But have a good week, guys. Kick tail, take some numbers while you're trading, and I'll see you all at our next update next week. All right, take care, folks. See you then.